Okay. It's 8 o'clock in the morning on Wall Street. You guys ready to go? Welcome to Forex.Today. The YouTube community of 19,000 foreign exchange traders. Today we'll conduct technical and fundamental analysis to create trade plans, but we'll also go over the calendar to look for opportunities and threats. So without further ado, let's go. Let me remind you that trading is risky. It's not appropriate for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results. Therefore, always stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, and never risk money you cannot afford to lose. Ni hao ma! Hey, my name is Wayne McDonald. I'm a currency trader just like you. Been doing this for about 20 years though, so I've learned a few things about technical and fundamental analysis. So my goal is to be able to share some of these experiences with you with the overriding goal of helping you learn how to put together trade plans so you can look left but plan right. Looks like the cam is a little low, huh? It's all right, I guess. So yeah, so that's good. Also, I went to Harvard for a whole bunch of years and have some education, macroeconomics, and financial management, so maybe that'll come in handy too. Right on. So whatever, let me help. Open up your heart. Open up your heart and let the sun shine in. So again, today we'll conduct technical and fundamental analysis for trade planning. I'd also like to invite you to visit tradersway.com and open up a demo account. Yeah. Get yourself some fast execution speed, narrow spreads, huge swaps, world-class customer service. But here's the thing. Ultimately, the most important part of this decision-making process is that you trust your broker. Well, how do you do that? How does that happen? Well, I'd recommend you start by giving Traders Way an opportunity to earn your loyalty and respect now. So when you're ready to trade real money, that decision is easy. Easy enough, right? Tradersway.com. And here we are on Forex.Today. And before we get going on the calendar, there is a poll running. Would you be so kind as to complete the poll? 3, 2, 1, boom. Okay, too late. If you didn't do it, you're too slow. Do I own Traders Way? No. Okay, what are you trading today? 51% of people are trading Great British Pound, which is good because it was a bit of a lacquard. It was slower, but it really kicked in. So one of the things we covered yesterday in my live trading group was that pound is game on, and I guess that was a good decision since it popped another 100 pips. So yeah, how's that song go? Lucky me, lucky you. I gotta move. Give me the juice. Anyways, so all good there. Okay, all good there. Over the last couple of weeks, lots of Aussie trades, lots of CAD trades, and then Pig Dog kicked in last week, and it's just everything's going great. Okay. Cool. So anyways, let's start with the calendar. Yeah. Okay. This I actually don't know about, which I should be looking at already. I'm going to look into, let me grab this, let me grab this FDI. That's not what I wanted. I want to leave myself a reminder. That's all. Copy. Pop that up there. Cool. All right, cool. I'll get to that later. I want to see how much money is going into China right now. I heard the ADRs are on fire today, which is a good thing. So great. I might want to get some more. New home sales out of Australia. That's always important. The real estate market is huge in Australia. So anyways, this is a big one. Oh, gee whiz. Okay, so take a look at that. That's for more of a research thing. What's really important to us as currency traders is, import-export data. In this case, like when you look at Chinese foreign direct investment, what that means is a foreigner is simply putting money directly, investing money directly into an economy. So foreign direct investment simply means somebody, it could be a whole group of people, Europeans, Americans, Canadians, Australians, they all want to invest into China, let's say, and it doesn't matter who, but someone's buying Chinese currency to do FDI, and that would drive up the value, right? So that's a direct sort of Forex thing. Somebody is buying up Chinese currency and driving up its value. Okay, import-export data is also very important. Okay, cool. So yeah, okay. UK jobs, that's going to be important. German, the zoo survey, yeah. Housing prices out of Kiwi, yep. Kiwi is one that it was good for a few weeks and it was bad for a few weeks. Now it looks like it's coming back online to be sort of better. So I'm opening up my heart this week to accept Euro and Kiwi a little bit more than the last 2 weeks. So anyway, not a big deal here, but it is, it is news. Much more important here, import-export data out of out of China, which makes me think Australia. Okay, so this is all for my Aussie trade. So I'm doing well on Aussie right now, and so having China import more from Australia, despite the trade wars that they have going on. If China is importing more, then they're exporting their currency and maybe buying someone else's currency, like Australia, for example. Anyways, Wednesday, big day here in the United States of America, CPI. Right before that, you got GDP out of the UK. But you should know why the pound is appreciated. There's expectations that the UK is going to raise interest rates by the end of the year. So sort of GDP is already priced into that. Right? The central bank wouldn't raise interest rates if GDP was falling. Okay? Okay. That's in Canada, Hope. In the United States, it's Columbus Day for some reason. Anyways. So UK GDP is already baked into what we're pricing in. So it doesn't matter. But CPI out of the United States, yeah, well, inflation is a big concern. Breaking down right now, what kind of inflation we have? Is it pure commodity, or is it shortage, or is it demand? Is it supply? All that kind of stuff. So it's on the forefront of everyone's mind. We're trying to figure out when will the Fed start the taper. More interestingly, when will the Fed start raising interest rates? And so obviously inflation is on our minds. It's front and center. And so CPI, even though it probably doesn't really matter that much because everything is on trend, it'll matter more to people because now they're paying attention. Okay? Well, it's not Columbus Day. Well, what do they call it? I'm not good with holidays. So I don't know what the hell they call it. I'm an entrepreneur. I don't get days off. But it's Thanksgiving, yes, in Kenyatta. And happy Thanksgiving, Jungi. Yep. FOMC meeting minutes, a great opportunity to read speeches of the out of Australia, all good. Chinese inflation, great. Aussie jobs report, that's great. That's way out on Wednesday night. So Aussie jobs, it looks like Aussie's going to move this week, huh? Yeah, I hope. It's funny too because I've been an entrepreneur my whole life, and I've only had a couple of like real jobs. And as an entrepreneur, I get frustrated like every month, right? Every month there's a holiday. And I'm like, what the hell? Why are people so exhausted? Plus, you get a whole week of paid vacation, plus sick days. And on top of your sick days, you get mental health days. And then what? And then every other month there's a holiday. I'm like, crap. Get to work, for crying out loud. So I've always been an entrepreneur, and I think people with jobs are sissies. But anyways, they need it because jobs suck. If you own your own business, it's awesome. All right, moving on to Thursday. PPI, okay, producer inflation, great. Not as important, but it is a little more forward-looking. Okay. Anything else going on? European Council meeting, that'll do nothing. Friday, retail sales, huge. Okay, huge. Okay, so there's a lot of China data this week. There's a lot of Aussie data this week. So Aussie and CAD, but particularly Aussie, maybe Kiwi, but particularly Aussie, should really move this week. Okay. Yeah, Wade says the lockdown, but what we're looking at is really how bad is it and what's going to change in the near future. So like the lockdown's not going to shock anybody, but it's just, I don't know, it's an update to the data set, right? But anyways, so it looks like Aussie and CAD and Kiwi, but primarily Aussie, should have an increase in volatility because of both the Aussie news, but even probably more particularly the China news. Okay? Cool. So anyways, I'm going to do a little look at FDI for China and just on my own. All right, so here he is. What do we see generally? Well, generally, I see up. I see up. This has been up. There's a little break here as North America opens up. This is way down. And this was supposed to be going down. So there was a little pop, but at least there's a bit of a resumption. So we'll have to take a look at that. Yens are doing quite well. I'm very happy with October so far. Okay. So let's start with Yens, I guess. Why not? Okay. It is Monday, and we are hitting weekly targets already for Aussie yen. Okay. So we started October at 80, and now we're at 83. This is the weekly target, but this is the monthly target. And you have 300 pips in your pocket, possibly times 1, 2. This one we got knocked out. 3, 4, 5, and up. Amazing, right? Cool. Very nice. I'm very happy with how October opened up. Big target here is 85. That'd be amazing. It's one of those things. Taking a look at Kitty Cat, I'm very happy with Kitty Cat as well. Okay, here we are, third week of September. Double bottom. Up, 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 down, down, buy, up, 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 down, down, buy, up, right, up, 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 down, down, buy, up, 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 down, October 1st, up, 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 down, down, buy, up, 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 down, down, buy, up, 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 down, down, buy, and up, 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 up. Cool. Cool. Nice. Okay. Now, let's put this into context. Our target, okay, our target for the month of October is 90.4. We're at 90.6. Cool. Crazy, right? It's only the 11th of October and we've already hit our monthly target. Okay? There's a little bit of hope this goes up another 200 pips and then stops. But as far as standard operating procedure, using technical analysis alone, okay, you should be thoughtful of locking in profits. Okay. Now, seasonality, which is not technical, seasonality doesn't look at what's usual. Seasonality says it's more of ebb and flow. So seasonality says up here. Okay? But no one will laugh at you at bailing now. It just depends on how much you understand seasonality. Cool. So this is one of the euros. So earlier I said I'm trying to believe in euro a little bit more. This mediocrity for so long just kind of made me look the other way. I knew there was stuff building here, but there was other stuff to be doing. There were better trades in this moment, right? And so sure enough, now it's woken up. And this is seasonal and fundamental to me. And fundamental. They're not the same thing. They are not mutually exclusive. Okay? So, so that's what a great day. But a lot of this is yen based and dollar. Okay? So I don't think it's really euro getting stronger. It's yen getting weak, which is really good. But it's doing it perfectly on time and on budget. So very cool. But going back sort of the third week of September, third week of August, and all that kind of stuff, it's been a little bit frustrating, this one. Third week of September, huge pullback, and then up, and then huge pullback. So I don't blame myself to just kind of be tired. And then this one took off like crazy. Cool. Well, I'm on another trade, so don't worry about it, right? So to me, there's always just, even though that's a good trade, there were always better trades to be on. Cool. So looking at the beast here, here's last week's swing trade, and the target is way up here at 155, and we're already at 154, which is pretty good because I'm in at 151. Simple little swing trade, but I'm up 300 pips in 3 days. Cool. I like that. That sounds pretty good. Maybe I'll lock some in there. Maybe I won't. Okay. Kima says, so we forget about seasonality? I have no idea what you just said. Did I just say that? I don't even know what you mean by that, Kima. Did I just say, like, you should forget seasonality? I don't know. I don't know what you mean, Kima. All right, and then Kiwi. Okay. No, I guess what I said, I'm trying to think back because I've already moved on, but no, I'm asking you to make a decision. I mean, I'm not telling you should hold on, ignore all the normal rules of technical trading because God told me in October we're going to R3. And meanwhile, you're sitting right below R2. And you're like, I'm going to throw out all my technical rules and I'm going to go to R3 because Wayne told me. What I'm telling you, Kima, is I'm not telling you jack about R3. What I'm telling you is if you follow standard operating procedures and you're right under R2 and you're for the month and you're under R2 for the week and you're sitting on, 3% profitable return in an entire week, you need to make a decision. But you can't come to Uncle Wayne and ask me to make the decision for you. So you can throw away technical analysis and go for R3, or you could throw away what you say seasonality and just be happy with R2, because that is a kick-ass month. Okay? But what you need to do, Kima, is make a decision on behalf of your Benjamins. Which one do you do? Because I don't know which one's right. But guys, I'm not telling you hang on to R3. I'm telling you look at the facts. And the facts that you're looking at, are both technical, fundamental, right? Fundies, right? And seasonal. And inside this, we're getting changes in both fiscal and monetary policy. Like we're back to talking about the UK jacking up interest rates. Great, cool. So you need to look at all of this. So I'll put that down there, monetary policy. Okay. You need to look at that and make a decision. So do you go to R3 or do you go for R2? You're sitting on R2. You have money in the pocket. You're already rich and you're like, but I want to get richer. Well, I don't know if that's the right decision. In October, maybe it is, but I don't know the future. So all I'm saying is you need to be aware of the facts and make decisions. Okay? Because ultimately, I don't know any more than you do. I don't know what it's going to do tomorrow. I don't know what it's going to do next month. I don't know what it's going to do next year. I have some ideas and I have some experiences, right, that I can reflect upon. But your guess, well, I don't know if it's as good as mine, but you can buy it and I can sell it, or vice versa. So you just simply have to make those decisions, right? Okay. That's right, Raymond. Right? You have to think of the matrix. Okay? So Raymond's saying if there's R3, right? It's like me saying, see the spoon? Well, what will blow your mind is there is no spoon. So what Raymond's saying is, yeah, if you're targeting R3, there is no R3. Because you've made a decision to ignore the pivots. So you're ignoring technicals. So there is no R3. The fact that you're going for R3 means you're actually going for December. There is no R3. What do you mean R3? It's not like you're going to get out at R3. If you're going for R3, when you get there, now you're going to say to yourself, well, I might as well keep holding because there is no R3. What you're doing is overriding R2, and that's the decision that you're making. Cool. Cool. Okay. But when did you guys hear me tell you that October we would blow through the monthly pivots and go to R3? When did you guys hear that from me? That in October we will blow through the pivots and go for R3. And we're not talking last week or the week before. We're talking months and months and months and months and months ago. So that might just be a pile of nonsense. So you still have to say, well, is there any truth to what he's saying? Like, why is this happening? And I think if you stop and ask yourselves those types of questions, because that's how I taught myself, right? When I taught myself, my form of self-taught was reflection. And I asked myself, Not like, how do I predict the market's going to go up? That's always the wrong thing. To me, it was, why is this happening? Has it happened before? What other things are happening? What things could lead to this, right? Where other people, they focus on, well, if you trade every, MACD cross, you'll make $1 million. And of course, it's nonsense. Hope said, I heard that your decision was to sell the Japanese yen in any way possible without fail. But besides that, I'm not sure. I like that. It sounds like a Wayne. All right, cool. All right, so let's take a look at this this pig. Okay. Here's an interesting thing. Okay. Here's the daily swing. Up, 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 down, down off the 21. Just working great. And then lame. Okay. The UK brought it down. So let's look at this technically this sucks. And it kind of looks like the other one too, where it worked and then it didn't work. Then you have lower lows and then it worked and then it didn't work. But is it doing this? Well, that's working. So maybe we're zoomed in too much. So you can look out on the hourly, and how do you feel about that? Maybe that's a little bit better, right? Okay. Maybe this looks better to you. It looks more reasonable. Okay. You see we're already on tomorrow's buy zone. Interesting, right? Now looking out here, what's going on? Oh, we're just riding the 21. Nothing to it. Okay. And you're probably ignoring daily pivots on this time frame. You might be going for weekly pivots, which is here. Or you might say, hey man, this is an MM2. So we got a lot of pips left to make. In fact, this journey has just begun. The next real challenge on this is right here at 37. At 137, there are bears. And if we get above 137, the bears are gone. They vanished. Vamos, vaminos. Okay? But there should be bears right here, right here, right here. Okay? So that's the thing. Like, we learn from testing the fence here. And if next week is like this, there's no more bears until we get to 140. So there's bears at 137 and there's bears at 140. The rest, in the money. Okay? In the money. Okay? Cool. So I look at this now on a 4-hour, and this is one of my reasoning yesterday to not buy euro dollar, even though I saw euro strength showing up and dollar weakness showing up. On a 4-hour chart, this is not bullish. Now you could argue this, okay? I get the argument, and that works really well on a lower time frame, like a 1 hour or a 15-minute. But on a 4-hour, it's still very bearish. And in particular, last night, we were still in this gray zone here, which means we hadn't even sort of made a temporary high, yet alone a higher high. So I passed on it, and it's not that I don't think it will go up. I actually do think it'll go up. And I understand you could call this a double bottom. You could call this a higher low. The thing is, there's just better trades than that right now. Even pound dollar was better than this. But how about euro yen? Euro yen went up 100 pips last night. This didn't do jack last night. It went to here, and now we're right in the middle. So this didn't do jack. Meanwhile, you could have put 100 pips in your pocket by just making a better trade. And that's what it showed me. I looked at him like, I totally get it. I just got better things to do right now. And it ended up being a good decision. So good job, Wayne. Okay. I remember someone asked last night about, and by the way, I say last night because of the day trading group. We meet Sundays. So we met last night, Sunday, setting up these trades. But somebody asked about like an inverse head and shoulders. And I'm like, yeah, but there's just better things going on. You could do that, and you might be profitable. I'll just be more profitable doing something else. So I see it. It's a great opportunity, but I'm passing because I got better opportunities. Cool. Cool. How cold though, huh? How cold. What a cold-hearted snake, look into his eyes. Uh-oh, he's been telling lies. He's a lover boy play, but he don't play by rules. Girls, don't play the fool now. Yeah, Janet Jackson. Singing about Arsenio Hall. Mm-hmm. All right. So we're sitting here. That's it. Looking good. Okay, looking good. Nothing really much to do here. I own a lot of CAD yen, and this has kind of gone nowhere today. So dollar's still trying to figure itself. One of the things we were doing last night is watching bond yields. That's a bond, not bong. Bong. Bond yields. And, we still think this way. Yeah, Master Trader. Well, I'm telling you, so my day group that I started a month or so ago, there was time when dollar was up and yen was up. And of course, you guys know I want this to be down. I want both those to be down. And I kept telling people, I said, wait till October for yen. Wait for October. 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 Yen is supposed to get weak. Yen is supposed to get weak. Yen is supposed to get weak. We hit October 1st and the yen tanked. It's just natural. It's not a guess. It's like, if you know where the ocean currents are, it's not a guess. It's just thermodynamics that create the currents in the ocean. So if you understand that part, you can get on a raft and sail. You just have to sail in the direction of the current. That's all. If it's going left, you can't hit the current and want to go right. It will take you where it's going. But it's physics, right? And so it was sort of the same thing with yen. I'm like, it's coming, it's coming. We're almost there, we're almost there, we're almost there. Boom, you caught it. Gone. The cool thing is I know when it's going to end. I know when it's going to end. Oh, was that Paula Abdul? Yeah, you're right. Thank you. I apologize. Norris, you nailed that. But it was about Arsenio Hall. Cool. Anyways, Aussie's doing a little better. Okay. In at 72. Now we're almost, 73.50. All right, cool. It's doing all right. Drop into a smaller time frame. And support is about the same. You can see we're riding the 21, which is great. We have a buy zone down here, a little bit below us. There was already an opportunity to buy tomorrow's trade here on this roll reversal. Very cool. That's a 4-hour drop into the single. And yeah, it's doing all right. Okay. So maybe around the New York close, I'm going to buy this. Cool. Cool. Right on, huh? So that's what we'll be doing at 3. And just to remind everyone, if you were thinking about joining the day trading group, I lowered the price. Yeah. So all the links inside the FX Bootcamp back office. Yeah. All you have to do is click it. There's no coupon code. There's no secret. Lowered the price. So you can join. I'll see you at 3. All right, so that's good. Let's take a look at commodities. Are they recorded? Yes. Yes, they're recorded. Oh yeah, don't get me on that one. How dare you, Norris? That's just cruel, man. Don't. All right. All right. No, Raymond, it's just complicated because there's just more going on with the dollar. So it's just more complicated. Okay. All right, Raymond. It's just like yen is doing what the yen is supposed to do because of that, because there's nothing in the way. Okay. I mean, it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. Dollar. It's just complicated because of the changes and the how it impacts different market participants, and that kind of stuff, right? Demo trader, there really isn't. Think of one is American, one is European or something like that. But don't get caught up like, oh, right, there's nothing really. Which one is better? Well, if there's no difference, there's no better. Well, but it's not just that though, Raymond. It's just this change in policy. First of all, not everybody fully understands it properly. So that's part of the complication. But also there's the taper, then there's the rate hikes. And so now they've announced the taper, but a lot of people are wrong on the rate hikes. And so it forces things like if you think rates are going up quickly, then it'll bring the stock market down and all that. So it makes it muddier because there's just more at risk and there's more misunderstanding and maybe, like you said, more market participants. The herd mentality isn't right, especially when most people are wrong, right? Like if you think about it, what percentage of, retail Forex traders get any of this right? Almost none, right? So the herd is always wrong. The herd is always jumping off of a cliff, right? So professional traders are only slightly better. Most of them are not very significantly smart. So they're just, it's complicated, even, right? It's just complicated, and different people are affected differently, and therefore they have to make different decisions. And so we don't have that problem with the yen, is all I'm saying. Okay. It's just boom. But things will also change on the short run. You can definitely go through a week where, there's profit taking on yen or something like that. And the dollar will look a little bit better, but that's why when you have a bigger macro trend, ultimately you're on both horses. So if one takes the lead for a couple of weeks and then the other takes the lead for a couple of weeks, doesn't matter because you put money on both horses. Okay. Here's gold just doing nothing. It's quite amazing. But Bitcoin's up. So I'm wondering, like we were talking about even a year ago, someone was asking me about, do I think, Bitcoin is going to be a new currency? And I said, well, the one thing I see is it's becoming the alternative to put into your portfolio to get different correlations. And it looks more and more evident like that, where it seems like more and more people are not buying gold as the sort of the non-correlated asset, but instead buying Bitcoin, which is very interesting. So Bitcoin's not a currency, but it is an asset. It doesn't have intrinsic value, but it has value. Okay? So it's gold is just stuck. It really should be moving, but it ain't. So interesting. Don't buy it if it ain't going up, right? But look at Biddy instead is just crushing it, just redonkulous. So now we're at 55, huh? 50. This is amazing. Mission Action says you can invest in orange juice and futures. Well, actually, it's frozen concentrated orange juice. Oh, wow. No kidding, eh, Greg? Well, I'm sure you got a backup or two. So anyways, 52 is the number, and the number is 52. So very cool. So good. So we did commodities. Oh, but we didn't do exotics. Let's go there. Okay. Rand farting around, and let's take a look at peso farting around. So nothing to do there. Okay. Nothing to do there. Well, in fact, I don't know if you can still buy frozen concentrated orange juice futures or if they dropped it. There's a lot of things over the years that I used to watch or listen to and are just not traded anymore. So a lot of things have changed over the 20 years I've been trading. And I literally stood in the soybean meal futures pit at the Chicago Board of Trade. Which is now no longer there. And, I'm so glad I did that day to walk those, because I got to see something that just doesn't exist anymore. It's just, I got to see, it was like an opportunity to look back in the past. Like I have traveled right through time. I'm so glad, right? So glad that I had that opportunity. Euro dollar? No, I don't want to look at euro dollar. Why would you want to look at euro dollar? Oops. Okay. Dollar's going up, euro's going up. I don't want to look at that. Well, the frozen concentrated orange juice, yes, that was trading places, but what I used to teach many years ago is that you would watch hurricanes. So let's take, okay, so we'll call that Cuba. And then Florida is like this, okay? Cool. And I'd watch hurricanes, and if hurricanes were up high like this, okay, I'd buy frozen concentrated orange juice futures. If hurricanes were low down here, I would buy WTI. And my goal was to watch these storms come off Africa. So I'm saying like even well before you get to Cuba. So they're stuck in the middle of the Atlantic, and based on the trajectory, I try to get one or both, one or the other. And my goal was to be in the trade before CNN put some person on the beach, screaming into a microphone. Because by the time that happened, the person on the microphone is making me money. You understand? Like they're the ones saying like, this is going to be the worst hurricane we've ever had in the history of the world. Because they always say that, even if it's maybe not even true. But meanwhile, when they say that, then frozen concentrated orange juice futures would spike, because if it went above Cuba, it was going to hit Florida, taking out the orange juice crops, the orange crops. And if it came low, what will happen is it goes under, so it kind of goes, there's Cuba and Jamaica's over there, right? And then comes up, and then you have Mexico mainland here, and then the Gulf goes like this. So the weather hits Mexico and then turns into the Gulf, and you go into Texas, Louisiana area, and that takes out the oil rigs and platforms for WTI, shuts that down, or at least there's a threat of it being shut down. And so WTI goes up. So I would look at the trajectory of really tropical depressions at that point coming off the coast of Africa and look at if they were high or low, and then try to trade these. So this was, 15 years ago. This was part of the vernacular that I was doing, but I don't do that trade anymore. So I can't even tell you if there is frozen concentrated orange juice futures anymore. I don't know. I can tell you Americans drink significantly less OJ. Okay. Okay. So anyways, to the person who want to talk euro dollar, why would you not want to talk euro yen? That's the part I don't understand. So it concerns me when people do this, and of course people do it all the time. They trade the same few currency pairs, and they have no idea why. There's no reasoning. There's no fundamental. They have not done any relative strength exercise. And they're going in right off the bat, no matter what happens, they're going into piss poor trades. There just literally is no reasoning. They open up euro dollar and they want to trade a stochastic cross. Stupid. And I'm not picking on that one person, whoever it is. I'm not saying that person's stupid. But what I'm saying is there's no clue, just no clue. So you got to back off. And the first thing you should do is say, well, I like to trade euro dollar, so I'm going to do a relative strength exercise on dollar and a relative strength exercise on euro. And if you did that basic process, and that's why I have these scans, by the way. So you'd scan dollar, then you would scan euro, and after you're done your work, you're like, oh, I would never in a million years even be interested in trading euro dollar. So the person who asked about euro dollar, I just gave you a blunt, direct, in your face, overview of a process that you should be doing, because you're asking the complete wrong question. Okay, you should be totally focused on euro yen right now and ignoring euro dollar, because it just doesn't make any sense. Okay, so there's your wake up call. Do your relative strength exercises before coming to the webinar even. Okay, ideally, the way you guys should be using the webinar is you should create all your trade plans and then log in and then see how your plans compare with my plans. And if you're totally focused on euro dollar and missing euro yen, you're not even on the right planet, yet alone the train. Right? Forget the clue train. You're not on the right planet. Okay? You don't need currency indices. Currency indices are stupid. They're for the lazy. What you need is do a relative strength exercise. Here, look. Okay? What do we see here? Euro and dollar on the 4-hour, about the same. Okay? Let's do this one. Okay? Well, here. Anyways, here's what you do. You compare dollar versus euro, dollar versus Norway, dollar versus Aussie, and dollar versus Canadian dollar. And you decide, is dollar generally strong versus everything or weak versus everything? And then if you get one thing, so let's say dollar is strong, then you say, well, is there any one of these currencies or any other currency against dollar that's even stronger than the dollar? Okay, so you have to say, is it strong or is it weak or somewhere in between? Neutral, right? Then which currencies are stronger and which ones are weaker? And now you've created an indice. And you've also kind of paired things up. So you might find like dollar is a little bit strong or a little bit weak, and euro is kind of neutral or all that kind of stuff. And you're like, well, there isn't really a dollar trade going on. So you could say, that's not really helpful. You could see, though, that Norway is very weak. And CAD is giving some back, but Aussie seems smoking hot. Okay, so Aussie's strong. So now you would do a scan of the Aussies. All right, is Aussie stronger than pound? Aussie stronger than Kiwi? Aussie stronger than Swiss franc? Aussie stronger than dollar? And Aussie stronger than Japanese yen? And you want to talk about euro dollar. And it's going nowhere. And all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, Aussie's crushing it. So this one's moved that much, this one's moved that much, this was even less, so you don't want Swiss franc, and all of a sudden you're like, Aussie yen looks amazing. Okay? Now you might want to do Aussie euro and all that kind of stuff, right? X-Trader, I don't understand what you mean. Most liquid pair, excuse? No, it's not liquidity. It's strength. Anyways, well, that's it. It's almost 9 o'clock. Stock market's going to open soon. Hope you're on the right trades. So with the stock market opening, I will say, hey, if you're in my day trading group, I will see you at the stock market close. We will meet at 3 p.m. in the war room. Very cool. For everyone else, I'll see you tomorrow. I hope you're killing it. I hope you're crushing it. This is the best time of year, and the pips show it. So I hope you're happy. I hope you're confident. I hope you're profitable. Thank you for being a subscriber to the Forex.Today YouTube community. Also, thank you for being a client to Trader's Way. And if you want to join any of my groups, or at least just learn my trading techniques, both fundamentally and technically, fxbootcamp.com. So I will see you later. Thanks, everybody. You're good people.